This is either a deal of a lifetime or a big, fat scam. Let's find out. Welcome back, Troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. If you're a member of any type of electric guitar forums or Facebook group, anything, you've likely seen this get posted a million times in the past couple of days. Super 1974 Gibson Les Paul electric guitar. Quick check, this has to be fake, right? Let's check it out. So here it is, good old Craigslist. If you're not from within the United States, this is essentially just a classifieds place where you can post whatever you want, whenever you want, if you're selling it or not. But it's described as a vintage 1974 Gibson Les Paul Custom electric guitar. 500 smackaroonies, that's a fantastic deal for a Les Paul Custom. It must be fake, right? We've got two tiny photos on this particular ad. So just going off of this, you might be going, what's with this weird top? Why has it got a bunch of strange coloring? It's a slightly dark brown. There's some light streaks. It must be refinished or something, right? We've got gold hardware. The pickups, they're looking a little bit too new, so they've likely been replaced. These knobs are definitely not era correct. It looks like we get some sort of a mini toggle switch that was added, which further shows that the pickups have been replaced. But everything else looks okay from this one tiny photo. I mean, here's what it actually looks like, not zoomed in. And then looking at the back, yeah, this is completely legitimate. This style of serial number with the volute and the three-piece mahogany neck dates it anywhere from 1970 to about 1975. Now there's some other clues that we can look in towards here to get us a slightly more correct date, like if we had the pot codes, but realistically this is like a 1973 to about a 1975-ish. However, if you're really finely in tune with rare guitars, you already know exactly what this thing is. You don't even need to do any further research or ask people on groups. This is an insanely rare Les Paul Custom with a Brazilian rosewood top. And almost this exact situation happened to me for real about 2 or 3 years ago, where I had a clairvoyant purchase of one of these Brazilian rosewood top Les Paul Customs. You can check out this video if you want to know the whole story, but to wrap it up in just a few words, in the mid-70s, they did a very small run of these. I honestly forget the specifics. I think it's around like 50 or so of them made. We don't know for 100% sure. But instead of a maple top, they had a Brazilian rosewood top. Some of them, they look really cool and fancy, like this guy right here. Other ones, they were a little bit more tame in their wood grain appearance. But sometimes you can find fun little faces like this guy with the Yeti. Back when I was selling these, the current market was anywhere between like $6,000 to about $10,000 for this. I think in today's market it would be higher because now we're seeing things like silver bursts costing that much and they're nowhere near as rare as a Brazilian top. So is this another situation of a deal that is just crazy? Unfortunately, no. This is not the case, because your first red flag is they know exactly what it is, and they're still listing it for $500. That should be your first tip-off that there's something wrong. Limited photos is a warning sign, but not necessarily something that shuts down a sale. And somebody who didn't know anything about electric guitars would not talk about the neck being straight and pickups sounding fantastic. They would go, hey, this is like my dad's guitar or something. So based off of reading the comments on all of these posts that I've seen, people trying to figure out if it was real so they could snap the deal up themselves and whatnot, if you contact them, basically they say, oh, this is my sister's guitar, I'll give you her email. And then how this scam works is they're going to try to get you to send them a money order for $500 and then they'll ship you the guitar, but you'll never get the guitar because this is real. These photos are 1000% authentic. This is one of the real ones. Somebody in the world has this. But even before seeing all the other people saying what type of scam this was, I knew it was a fake because these exact pictures are also used on eBay all the time. It's probably the same guy. Now, unfortunately and thankfully, I can't find him right now, but some guy likes to hack old accounts that have good feedback ratings, and they will just literally list thousands of electric guitars. And it's always the same exact one, so once you see it once, you know that it's fake. But they have a little photo in there that says, the buy it now price is, $3,000 US. Contact me at this email, and that's the only way to buy it. I will cancel out any bids. But that low starting price, it's always 1 cent, and then people still bid anyways. That's what draws people in, and they must make pretty good money scamming people, or else they wouldn't do this constantly. You'll at least see one hacked account every week on eBay. But the obvious scam is kind of obvious. But, if you've been looking for this one extremely rare guitar, I can see how people get desperate and fall for these types of things. So that's the next part here. So it says vintage 1974 Les Paul Custom. But if you go to search all Craigslist, just using that title, you can find it in at least 2 locations, in Pittsburgh, PA, and then East North Carolina. Another one that this guy's been using is Vintage Electric Guitar 1974. That one's actually my local Craigslist in Fort Wayne. And this is not all the listings by any means. So it's the same guy making these listings all over the country, just trying to scam people out of $500. This particular listing is extremely scummy though. Oh, comes with complete tutorials. Makes an awesome Christmas gift. Great hobby to pick up. Yeah. What? No. The fact that these photos are so tiny, that's another red flag. It's additional proof that they were just ripped off the internet somewhere. Because anybody who's taken photos, they're usually pretty big because they've got cell phones. And since people are kind of loose with their pockets around Christmas time because of the Christmas buying of presents and all that stuff, these scams always come out in full force around December. And it's just a shame that people are trying to take advantage of people by stealing their money on a scam. These scammers could run legitimate businesses and make money, but they choose to do this. But hey, let's say this thing is real, and it is a fantastic deal, and you buy it for resale at $500. What great windfall did you just find? So definitely a legit Les Paul Custom here. Still has the original bone nut and everything. The tuners have been replaced. Normally these things have the Kluson waffle back tuners. What it's got going for it is it's a very exotic looking Brazilian top. But again, it's got an added switch, swapped out pickups, non-original knobs. I would say in this condition without the headstock brake, I would say it's still worth about $5,000 to $6,000. So no, please don't contact this guy. Don't send him any money. He does not actually own this instrument to sell you. It's a pipe dream thinking you could get one for $500. Even when I got a crazy deal on one of these, I still paid like $3,000 for it. So a $500 deal on that guitar, it's just not going to happen. Those days are well numbered. But occasionally you will find these things showing up and somebody didn't do enough research online to figure out why the top looks all weird. Some people think they're fakes and they try to sell them cheap. But no, if you've got a Brazilian Rosewood top custom, send me some photos because there really are not a lot of these out there. I've only ever owned 2. And outside of that, I think there's only about 2 or 3 other documented examples online. The only one that I need to document yet is this version that has the maple neck. Then there was actually a 20th anniversary version of one of these that had that. So I hope this answers your questions here. Yes, that's a real guitar, it's a real model, it's really rare, but no, this guy's just a time waster and the scum of the earth. So let's go ahead and check out an example of a Brazilian Rosewood top Les Paul Custom. This isn't really a would you rock or not type of episode, but the only question left, would you rock the Brazilian Rosewood top Les Paul Custom or not? Leave your answer down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will catch you tomorrow on the next episode. Take care.